Hello friends, myself Amar. Now in the previous video I have discussed how to handle the event in functional component. In this video I will discuss how to handle and bind the event in class component. Okay. Now in the previous video, to handle the events in functional component, in the custom components folder I have created a functional component named as student.js. Okay. Now what I will do is that I will convert this code to class component, and to create the class component I will use the React snippet. To create the class component we need to write RCE and after that give a tab. Okay. Now let me remove the export from here. Right. Now inside this div, what I will do, I will create a button here. Right. I will create a button and let me give the button name caption as Wiz, and inside the constructor of the class, what I will do, I will create a property. Okay, by using this dot state equals to, here I am creating a property named as name, and let me give my name here. Right. Now here inside the h1 tag, what I am doing is that I am displaying the value of the name property by using this dot state dot name. Okay, and let me save this. Once I save this, then you will be able to see the message Amar, and there is a button Wiz. Now what I want is that whenever I will click on the Wiz button, this message should change to good morning Amar. Okay, and to do that I need to handle the event, and to handle the event, here I will use on click. Right, on click equals to, here I will write this dot change message. Okay, sorry, it will be change message, this dot change message. Now what I will do, I will create this function here, change message, and here to change the name property I need to call the set state method. These things I have already discussed. This dot set state, and here I will write name colon. Now let me change the message to good morning Amar. Okay, now once I do this, after that let me save this. Now let me click on the Wiz. Now as I click on the Wiz, at that time it is generating error, cannot read property set state of undefined. Now what is happening here, let me show you. What I will do is that here I will write console.log, and after that let me print the value of this. Okay, let me save this. Now again let me click on the Wiz button. Now as I click on the Wiz button, then you can see the value of this is printed as undefined. Okay, and we are calling this set state method on undefined because the value of this is undefined dot set state. That's why it is creating the problem. And to solve this, what we need to do, we need to bind, and to do the bind, here we need to write bind, and after that here I will write this. Now once I do this, let me save, and now click on the button. Now you can see it is displaying the message good morning Amar. So this is the first approach of handling and binding the event in ReactJS. Okay, but this approach has a problem. As you know that whenever the set state method is called, at that time this render method will be called again, and whenever this render method will be called, a new brand event handler will be generated. Okay, so this will affect the performance of your application. To solve this, what we need to do, in the constructor itself I can bind. We will write this dot change message equals to this dot change message dot bind this. Now once I write here in the constructor, now since it is in the constructor, it will be called only once. Now instead of binding it here, I can remove this. Let me save this, and let me click here again, and see it is working fine. So this is the recommended approach by ReactJS. Okay, so this is the second approach. Right, now let me comment this. The third approach is that here what I can do is that this dot change message, and here I can call the arrow function. arrow function equals to this. Now here I can write this dot change message. Okay, let me save this and let me click here. Now it is working fine. This is also the recommended approach. You can use this one or the second approach, right? And the last one, that is the fourth approach, is that instead of writing or instead of using arrow function here, I will write like this. Let me copy this and let me comment this. Okay, now here what I will do, in the class itself I will create the arrow function, this, that's it. Now let me save, let me click here, it is working. Okay, so I have discussed the 4 approaches of handling and binding the event in class component, and this is my entire code. Right? I hope you have liked my video. If you have liked my video, please subscribe to my channel, share my channel, like my videos, comment to my videos. Thank you so much.